It is 7:30 on July 19th. We'll call our Little Falls City Council regular meeting to order. Let's stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All individuals are asked to either silence or turn off all cell phones, pagers, and other electronic devices that may disrupt the meeting. Approval of the agenda. Approve the agenda as posted in accordance with the open meeting law and here place all agenda items on the table for discussion. What is the wish of the council?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Knopfler, second by Councilmember Lundberg. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Approval of the minutes. Special work session meeting of July 6, 2021. The regular meeting of July 6, 2021. The closed meeting of July 6, 2021. And the strategic planning meeting of July 14th, 2021 approve. What is the wish of the council?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Storley, second by Councilmember Goshek. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
I'm abstaining. I missed the July 14th.
Approval of bills, checks 105087 through 105187, totaling $1,179,188.35. Approve. What is the wish of the council?
I'll make a motion. Pay the bills.
I'll second that.
Motion by Councilmember Liljegren, second by Councilmember Lundberg. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Awards, donations, presentations, and proclamations. There are none. Consent agenda. 2020 audit, receive. Animal Control Report, June 2021, receive. Heritage Preservation Commission minutes, July 2021, receive. Lease agreement, Minnesota Department of Transportation Motorcycle Testing Site, North Pine Grove Park, approve. Planning Commission minutes, July 2021, receive. Recycling reports, April, May, and June 2021, receive. Show licenses, Scotts Lot, July, August, and September 2021, approve. Wastewater report, June 2021, receive. And as a reminder, we'd like to approve item G separately.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to receive and approve the items from the consent agenda, items A through H, excluding item G.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Hanson, second by Councilmember Storley. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And now item G. What is the wish of the council?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Knopfler, second by Councilmember Hanson. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
I abstain.
Public hearings and lettings. Resolution 2021-62, award bid public improvement 372 Safe Routes to School project. Adopt. Greg.
Thank you, Mr. President. So Resolution 2021-62 is for our Safe Routes to School project. On June 29th, we opened bids for the project. We received 5 bids. The low bid came from Anderson Brothers out of Brainerd in the amount of $677,709.30. We did work through the state of Minnesota. As you are aware, we did get a grant for this project, and so that all of that has been approved. So now the council would be looking to award this project to Anderson Brothers in the amount of $677,709.30.
What is the wish of the council?
I'll make a motion to adopt and award Resolution 2021-62.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Storley, second by Mayor Zilka. Any discussion? Resolution, call a roll, please.
Knopfler?
Yes.
Liljegren?
Yes.
Lundberg?
Yes.
Zilka?
Yes.
Hercog?
Yes.
Storley?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Bushik?
Yes.
Carries.
Public improvement 393, 14th Street Southeast. Bids. Reject.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, usually we don't see a lot of those. If you read the council memo, during the bidding process, we noticed there were some errors and things that we wanted to change in that project. And so unfortunately, we didn't have an opportunity between the bidding process and we opened up bids when we became aware of those issues. It was too close to the bid opening. So we're looking at rejecting those bids and then further obtain pricing on the project. We did receive 4 bids, and we opened those on June 22nd, but this evening we are asking the council to reject those bids and then update the plans and then further obtain pricing for the project so we can move forward with it yet this year.
What is the wish of the council?
I make a motion to reject the bids for the public improvement, 393 14th Street Southeast.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilmember Goshek, second by Councilmember Knopfler to reject the bids. Any discussion?
Mr. President, Greg, if I may just quickly recap, just for my own knowledge and learning, what did we not see or miss?
So a couple of things that were there. Services, we only had it out to the one side. We're looking at putting it to the trying to get my directions here, to the west as well. The orientation of the pond and the sizing of the pond to make sure that those are properly sized and the constructability of those, as well as the water line itself. We're going to have to make those deeper in order to account for those services to the west. And so those are the things that we're looking at updating to make sure that we get those so that it's constructible.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Parking lot improvements, Little Falls Area Recreational Complex, Knife River North Central Award. Greg.
Thank you. So we, on the park improvement, or the Park and Rec and Board Committee, they have a number of projects that we're looking at doing them. One of them is to improve the parking lot out at the Little Falls Area Rec Complex. We requested quotes from 2 contractors, one being Knife River North Central, the other one is Anderson Brothers out of Brainerd. We did receive both quotes from those contractors. The low quote came from Knife River North Central in the amount of $34,724.50. So this evening we are asking the council to award that project to them, and that would be charged to the Park Improvement Fund.
What is the wish of the council?
I make a motion to approve the parking lot improvements.
I will second that.
Motion by Councilmember Goshek, second by Councilmember Lundberg. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Old business, Resolution 2021-64, Resolution 2020-25, rescind declaration of emergency, adopt. Greg. John, sorry.
Well, it was the mayor's emergency order, but I will discuss it. Thank you, Council President. With the governor's order ending the peacetime emergency related to COVID-19, it makes sense for us to end our order. I don't think there were too many concerns about the mayor abusing his power, but the fact of the matter is that most of the issues that were addressed and allowed in the emergency order have now been resolved. We're pretty much back to operating within our existing rules. I would say one piece, though, is the ability to do the remote meetings. We still do have that capability. However, for you as council members, you do need to still abide. The league did post a notice about this, but you do need to still abide by the rules that the state has on those remote meetings. So if you are going to attend, you do need to announce and be in a place that's accessible to the public for where you're going to meet. So
So it can't be in our basement, we need to be.
If you don't want people inviting the public into your basement, it's probably not a good idea to announce that you're meeting and taking the meeting from your basement. There are a couple exceptions, but it's pretty much solely for those deployed in military situations.
Okay.
So we do have still the ability, we can still remote in our attorneys, we can still remote in staff. We're not subject to those same requirements. If we are going to do those rules, we do need to make sure that we are still meeting in this space, that at least one person is meeting here, and we do abide by making sure that everybody can hear and everybody can participate in the discussion as far as the elected officials go. So I think we have all those capabilities. We can meet that and still follow the open meeting law as it stands. So I don't see us needing the emergency orders any longer.
Sorry, Mayor. What is the wish of the council?
Make a motion to adopt rescinding the Declaration of Independence, or Declaration of Emergency.
Didn't want to do that.
We do not.
Talk about a constitutional crisis.
Don't put that in the paper.
Well, it's going to be on TV.
Declaration of Emergency is what I meant.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Motion by Councilmember Storley, second by Councilmember Knopfler to rescind the declaration of emergency. Any discussion? Resolution, call the roll, please.
Liljegren.
Yes.
Lundberg.
Yes.
Zilka.
Yes.
Hurkak.
Yes.
Storley.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Kuschig.
Yes.
Knopfler.
Yes.
Carries.
Resolution 2021-65, approving Minnesota Law, Chapter 14. Chapter 4, I'm not sure about that.
Yes, I will talk about this one. This is a very good one for us. And so Chapter 14 is the tax law that puts our provision to allow for us to ask the question at the next general election for the authorization for the local option sales tax based on the resolution that we had already approved. So we do need to authorize or accept this as law through a resolution, and then we need to send that off to the Secretary of State as part of the approval process. But this is just another step in the puzzle on the journey to being able to bring up the referendum for the local option sales tax.
What is the wish of the council?
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 2021-65.
I'll second it.
Motion by Councilmember Hanson, second by Councilmember Lundberg. Any discussion? Resolution, call the roll, please.
Lundberg.
Yes.
Zilka.
Yes.
Hurkak.
Yes.
Storley.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Kuschig.
Yes.
Knopfler.
Yes.
Liljegren.
Yes.
Carries.
Personnel Policy 12, Employee Benefits, amend and approve. Is Annie with us? Yes, go ahead.
Hi, Annie.
Hello, good evening, council. Hi, thank you for your time. So the personnel policy number 12, the intent behind that policy is to closely follow the Little Falls supervisor policy where they include a city contribution. So we would like to amend the policy number 12 to be identical to the Little Falls supervisor policy. There are documents included here as to what that looks like. So we would like to make that identical to the local supervisor policy.
What is the wish of the council?
I move to amend and approve the Personnel Policy 12, Employee Benefits.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Lundberg, second by Councilmember Liljegren. Any discussion?
Yeah, Mr. President, how many personnel will this affect each total number of people this will affect?
Council President, it will be two, myself and the HR Director, Annie.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Out-of-state travel, City Administrator Conference, authorize. John.
Thank you, Council President. In the past, it's a requirement of us to authorize out-of-state travel. In the past, I have regularly attended the ICMA conference, the International City County Managers Association, of which I'm a member. It is this year going to be held in Portland, Oregon, in October, the 3rd through the 6th. So I need to formally request that authorization. It is something that we have been incorporating into the budget. I do want to say, if those that recall, because it's been a couple years, In the past, with my role on the Sourcewell as an ex officio of their board, they had in an authorization that ex officio members and board members could attend that conference and get a reimbursement credit. That isn't, that is no longer no longer available to me, as I'm not on ex officio on that board anymore. But it is within our budget that we approved for this year to attend that conference.
What is the wish of the council?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion by Mayor Zilka, second by Councilmember Lundberg. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Recommendation of the Housing and Redevelopment Authority, Service Contract, Community Partners Research Housing Study, accept and authorize. Lori.
Yes, several months ago, the HRA talked about updating our housing plan. Our housing study was last done in 2011, I believe. And so it's 10 years old already, and it should be updated. It needs to be updated. So we received proposals from two separate companies. The HRA took a look at them, and they are recommending that we go with the Community Partners Research to perform the study. They did our last study. They did a very good job, and they're familiar with our area, what's going on, what we have, and I think they'll do a nice job. One thing, they wanted to wait until the census numbers were out. That's a part of their study and how they look at things. We don't have the census numbers yet, but they should be coming soon. And, they can at least get started on the project and roll those census numbers into their calculations once we receive them.
What is the wish of the council?
I'll make a motion to approve the recommendation of HRA to hire service contract between Community Partners Research.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilmember Goshek, second by Councilmember Knopfler. Any discussion?
Yeah, Mr. President, with that $13,500, is that going to include, after the census numbers come out, that's going to be the total cost when they get all in?
So they won't complete the study until we get the census numbers.
Yes. Yeah. So, Council President, just a little more information. At my conversation with Scott, who would be kind of the lead on the project, there are elements that they could start. Usually it's interviews and local research on just the market around housing in our community. They would do a lot of that work up front and wait to update the final numbers on the population demographic piece when the census data would be finalized. Unfortunately, just the census has just been really delayed. Large part due to COVID. So we don't know when those numbers are gonna come out. They've released the broader statewide numbers, but they haven't released any of the local demographics yet. But so we do have a pretty long lead time in which this could be completed. Standard is anywhere between 3 and 6 months. But we're fairly confident that by the end of the year we can get this done.
Council President, when I first looked at this and I just saw the title of it, I thought, well, why do we need somebody to tell us that we're short on housing? We all know that. But then I started reading all of the different things that they are going to research for us and all the data they're going to find us. It's just not how many houses we have and how much they cost and how many more we need. It's so much more than that. So I think for $13,000, it'll be a good study.
It benefits anyone who wants to attempt to build a project here or bid on projects. They can go and use this research. It gives them a lot of information on the housing.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Planning Commission Recommendation and Zoning Administrator Report, Resolution 2021-63, variance approval, Christopher and Heather Bell. Accept, adopt. Greg.
Thank you, Mr. President. On July 12th, we had 2 public hearings at our Planning Commission meeting. The second one was actually, the recommendation was postponed until our August meeting, and so that one will be coming on our August meeting. The first one here, as you had mentioned, is Resolution 2021-63, a variance request from Chris and Heather Bell. They're requesting the setback from the side property line be reduced from 15 feet to 10 feet. The Planning Commission held the public hearing. There wasn't any comments either for or against, both at the meeting or in writing ahead of time. And so the Planning Commission is recommending approval on that with no conditions with Resolution 2021-63.
What is the wish of the council?
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 2021-63, granting the variance for Chris and Heather Bell.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Hanson, second by Councilmember Lundberg. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, real quick, just to expand on what Greg had to say. So what the Planning Commission determined was this property kind of falls in with the setbacks in a unique sweet spot, whereas by granting the variance, the garage is actually going to be further away from the side property line than if we were to say no, and they simply got a building permit for a detached garage where they could have it 5 feet off the sideline. So we're actually gaining 5 feet in setback here.
Resolution, call a roll, please.
Zilka?
Yes.
Hurkah?
Yes.
Storley?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Gushik?
Yes.
Knappala?
Yes.
Liljegren?
Yes.
Lundberg?
Yes.
Carries.
City Council reports on city authorities, boards, bureaus, commissions, and committees. Does anyone have anything? Any announcements?
President, I just would like to ask, after the meeting, for those that were in attendance, I can pull up the list. I felt like last week's meeting that we had, the strategic planning meeting around our assets, went really well. We had a lot of good discussion. You see the board back there has some years on it, both on the front and the back, 2022 to 2023. Staff presented a lot of project needs and big things that are coming up. And the request that we have to help guide us, and this is kind of kicking into the budget season, is identify some priority projects that you would like to see and when you'd like to see them completed. So if it's something that is coming up and could be, you think that we could achieve it in 2022, then you'd place it into 2022. If it's something that's farther out, 2023, 2024, 2025, then move it to one of those years. What this will help us do is really be able to budget and plan for the work that needs to be done in lieu of or leading up to those bigger projects, because it isn't necessarily just taking something and saying, oh, we're going to construct this big facility. It's, we need to plan for it, we need to engage the community around it, we need to come up with alternatives or even explore all the options at which might take place. And some of those things are going to happen in budget years that are going to be well in advance of when the project's going to be finished. So this will help us to be able to identify that, engage in those cost estimates so that we can incorporate that into the budget, because in my time here, I would admit that's one of the things that I don't think we've done a really good job of, is building in those planning costs for these for this work that needs to be done in lead ups to these larger projects. With the approval of the local option sales tax, there's definitely some work that we're going to have to do in engaging and planning and preparing for providing the information to the voters for what that project is going to be, as well as other big things that we talked about in priority areas that came up. So I have that list, so I will pull it up for you post the meeting, so if you can just maybe take a look at that and consider it. We did record most of the meeting. I missed a little bit of the first presentation with Chief Seelan, but I have a copy of his PowerPoint for you all if you want it. So I can make those available if you do want more of those details as you do it, but just wanted to address that. Want
Okay.
all the council to participate in this.
There's a couple on the door over there, too.
Yeah, those are 26, 27, or, farther out.
Mr. President, also announcement, our town scheduled meeting for tomorrow at Sprout has been, from 1 to 3 has been canceled. So anybody that was planning on that, that's no longer going to be happening.
And we will adjourn.